Are live from Lake Wales, Florida, for Keeping It Magical episode number
39.
39.
39.
Merry Christmas from the Keeping It Magical studio with Kevin and Melanie. That's Melanie.
That's Kevin.
I'm Kevin. And anyway, we thought we'd come on this beautiful Christmas night and do a little promotion.
And a reflect back.
And a little reflect back and offer one of our books. We got 3 copies we're going to give away.
Yeah.
As a little promotional deal, plus our way of giving back to our fans, and especially maybe to some of the fans that can't afford to buy a copy. So at the end of the video, we'll discuss how to do that. And
We're
of
still
course,
figuring it out.
so you gotta wait until the end. But it is a pre-recorded video, so you can always go back and look through it and comment. But you'll have till the beginning of the year, I guess, maybe 1 week into the beginning of the year, to follow the guidelines of being qualified for the drawing. And then
Who knows? We might feel led to give away 4.
yeah, who knows? But then depending on how many times we get responses to this, but it was just an idea that I came up with today, and me and Melanie got the night to ourselves. Aww. And Cammie's out with her dad and celebrating Christmas over there, and we had Christmas last night over at Melanie's last night. Family. It was super nice to welcome me into the family and treat me just so nice. So, but we had a beautiful night over there last night, and of course we had to hurry up and get home to Scout because she gets separation anxiety if we're gone too long. But
She loves her daddy.
but we ended up bringing home an extra special little girl with us, Cammie's cousin. She got to spend the night with us, and so that was kind of a rambunctious night with 2 girls. Kevin was out of it by 9 o'clock. I was like, I was gone. But anyway, we thought we'd come come on and talk about the year in review, I guess. Yeah. We kind of did a year review on Christmas Eve, but it really has been quite an adjustment, I think, for me.
I like to point out that he says that fairly often, so I'm thinking that it must really be a bigger adjustment than he thought.
Well, I was living a single life. I had raised my kids. I was done with all that. I was like, okay, I'm riding my Harley around, listening to bands and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it's been a big adjustment for Kevin, but it was one that really I wasn't expecting. I wasn't really looking for that kind of an adjustment in my life. But
you were.
Well, I guess I was, and it became obvious when we met that I was, and but I think if it would have been anybody else, it wouldn't have been right, which makes the difference.
That makes sense.
It was our connection. It really was. We had a beautiful connection from day one.
Miss Jealousy's down here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Scout wants to say Merry Christmas. You want to say Merry Christmas? Aw. You want to say Merry Christmas?
Say hi.
Say hi. Say hi.
Say I'm the Keeping It Magical dog.
Yeah. So she's becoming a character all on her own, and it was one kind of culture shock to have an 8-year-old daughter in my life, but it was a whole other cultural shock to have a tiny dog. I mean, a little bitty dog, because I had German Shepherds all my life and big dogs, and now you're gonna act like you love me just to show everybody that you love me. Are you putting on a show? Well, yeah, now she go back to Mama. But yeah, Mama took over my recliner, and so the Scout took over who she's got important in her life. Daddy's just a afterthought now. But so, what has Melanie learned over this last year?
That patience truly is a virtue. And I'm glad you're such a virtuous man. See, you thought I was talking about me having to be patient with you. I was talking about you having to be patient with me.
And that's the funny thing about it is I was born with zero patience. I mean, zero. But, you know.
I guess that's one of the lessons I'm here to help you learn.
And Cammy. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, Cammy. And this one, too. This one tries me, too. But I've learned to be very mellow most of the time. Unless we have incidences. But what else?
We're working on that.
What else has Melanie learned?
I've learned that. Well, I've learned a lot of things. I mean, I like to think I'm constantly learning, so I don't ever feel like I'm at a place where I don't have anything to learn.
Did you learn really had more procrastination issues than you thought you did?
No, not at all. I've learned that my behavior can sometimes be taken as if I have procrastination issues. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we do. I kid around with you about that. But all in all, I mean, we did put together a 503-page book, which, where is it? It's somewhere around here. Oh, there's
a bunch of them right back there.
Yeah, right back there. But
that's hard to do.
we did put together that book, and you did do a lot of work on that book. No, she did a lot of work. I did a lot of writing, and she did a lot of work. Putting it all together, and how do you say this?
Oh, our guard! Watch out, our guard dog is
editing it and publishing it and getting it into a book form and designing the cover and doing all that stuff is a lot of work.
It's a tad.
It's a task, but it really is. And then she went back and is going to kind of downsize it a little bit. But this copy is that we're giving away is
the unabridged edition.
Yeah, the kind of the unedited, edited version of it, and it really was a documentary of our first 6 months, 7 months together, which was, in my opinion, just two people just determined to make things work.
Total determination.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
But it was worth something. I mean, it was two people that saw something in each other that they were determined to make work, and we did. We made that decision pretty much from the very get-go that we were going to try to do everything we could to make this work. And I think that's really what makes good relationships work. Is two people really trying, two people really going at it and giving it their all, and not just being the only one doing it. It goes both ways.
I can't reach the internet right now. Check your modem or router connection and try again.
Thanks, Google.
Google just came on. I must have said a trigger word, and she decided to interrupt our conversation. But Scout's usually the one that interrupts any conversation we have, but we've had some good conversations, and we do talk out our differences, if you want to call them differences. I would like to say
varying perspectives.
Perspectives is more of, and it's funny because that's the good thing about a perspective. Your opinion is hard to change, but your perspective is rather easy to change once you start looking at different perspectives of things. And I mean, I'm not bragging, but I from the minute I met you and Cammie till now, just the difference I see in Cammie is unbelievable. She has really come out of her shell. She's really developing quite the personality. And I think, with her being involved in the Glory Future Foundation and doing that video and being excited about stuff is just, it's part of the reason that I dove into all this. That little girl, Although sometimes,
She's a spitfire.
sometimes she messes with my head. I just love her to death, and she knows it. And I think she's finally really realizing how much I love her. And it's taken a while, and I think that's where you mean the patience that I've had with her.
Consistency.
It has been, and there's been times where I need a little extra. How do I say this?
Support.
Yeah, support. or just recognition or validation that you love me. But anytime, I think all of us have been through any kind of relationships like we've been through. You do need to validate your love for the other person a little bit more because they have been through the stuff that we've been through.
I think maybe if people weren't afraid of validating each other when a person says that they need validation, that more relationships would probably be successful.
Right. And I have asked you for validation. I have asked you for affection or attention. And it's not like, oh, God, he's being a pain in the ass. No, you willingly gave it to me.
Right.
And you willingly admitted that, yeah, you know, maybe you need to spend more time paying attention to me you know, at times I guess I can be a little bit demanding, but
that's okay. Because
it's in a good way. I want affection. It's not that I'm wanting the wrong kind of attention. I'm wanting the right kind of attention. But I give you your attention too when I think you need it, even without you asking. And you do too. You do me just like earlier. He said, you know, you knew my neck was hurting, and you kind of rubbed me down with my cream and made me feel better. And it's the little things like that we do for each other that really validates our love for each other. But it has been an amazing year. Kevin's learned a lot.
What has Kevin learned?
Well, raising girls is completely different than raising boys. I think we well determined that. I've learned that when you live in a house with girls, you gotta put the toilet seat down or you will get yelled at.
Yes.
And maybe even a sign put up reminding you. And that most of the time that girls are right, and it's easier just to say you're right instead of arguing with them. And I've learned that the love of a girl is way different than the love of having boys. Way different. They can just wrap you around your heart and just pull you right in. You'll be doing stupid stuff like acting like a baby and stuff like that, and letting them put crowns on your head and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And listening to Britney Spears and
Taylor Swift. I can't do. I mean, no offense to Britney.
I don't know the words yet, but I know I heard the song come on the other day, and I'm like, I better turn this up. She likes this one.
I can show you incredible things, magic, madness, heaven. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I knew that song. So anyway, I've heard that one a million times, but I am getting used to. And Cammy's very artistic. She likes to draw, she likes to write, and she likes to do things. And I got a Christmas present today with a book that she had made about how happy she is being in her family. And you know, that just made it all worth it. It really has. And you know, I didn't realize how much I'd enjoy being a dad again. Although I do enjoy our time together, we get the quiet time, but you know, I love that little girl, and I just want the best for her, and I think we're doing a great job raising her together, and I think that's what I really was looking for. Whether I knew it or not, Gary Moulton was praying for me. He was like, "Yeah, just give him a wife with a kid, and he'll be just in heaven." And he was right. And he even told me when we got married, he goes, "I was praying that you put me some gal with a kid." And I'm like, "Thanks, Gary." He's like, "A lot." But you know, it really was.
We joke around all the time that you got to be careful what you pray for.
Yeah,
because you might get even more.
Yeah, I got a lot more.
Usually, you're gonna get even more.
If I would have still had hair, I probably would have fell off by now. But no, I do.
You tried to grow it out once.
I do shave. I do shave it off. Maybe I'll try to grow it out, but this looks freaking ridiculous.
Sort of like this.
So, anyway, so here's the deal with our book promotion.
Ow.
All right. First off, you have to follow our Facebook page, Keeping It Magical, which you probably already are if you're seeing this video. Then you have to go over to our YouTube channel and click subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing.
Free of charge.
And you might even like some of the videos on there. I bet you
There's some pretty
would.
funny things, yeah.
And if you like this one, you definitely will. So that's two easy steps. And the third one even gets easier than that. All you got to do is share this video on your own page.
So that's our call to action.
Yeah.
This is what we need from you. We need for you to continue being as amazing as you have been.
Right.
Because we're grateful for every one of you and how awesome you all are.
We just want more people to join on our journey and have fun with us.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
I think we're a great inspiration for people. I think we're a great inspiration for relationships. And why not? We hear the comments, we see what people say, and we want to touch more people's lives. And hopefully sell a couple books too. I'm not going to lie. But,
and I think one of the things that I'm always coming back to is, what is it at the core of this that is the real underlying purpose within it? What is it that's going to filter out and reach more people?
Right.
What is the thing that's going to be the connecting thread, or that connecting idea that's going to make this relatable to people, that's going to make this something that's not going to just be a story of two people, but can go out and become a seed that's planted, that can be a story amongst around the world, that can help society and help people and help just more than just us, because I think that's really the whole reason behind it, is to take things that we've learned.
And we are already connected with other people. We connected with Larry through I forget
Awakening to Oneness.
Right, Awakening to Oneness group. We sent each other a book. I mean, there was no money exchange, there was no nothing, but we exchanged a gift to each other. And I know you've already started reading his book, and it's just, I think that's what it is. It's this idea that I had 4 years ago after going through everything that I had been through. I think I just never wanted to see people go through what I had gone through. So I thought by opening up and talking about it and being aware about it and being authentic about it and being real about it and saying, hey, I've been through this and I know you have too.
And sending out all of those little threads to help other people come in and connect with it, so that there's a support system, there's that safety net, there's that.
Well, I wrote a thank you note to all my friends that have been following me for all these years, and even the new ones that have just joined today, saying, that support system that God built around me, people cheering me on, saying, I love what you write, whatever you wrote today, hit me. It's just what I needed to hear. All the different comments that I've heard over the years, I thought, it's not about selling books. To be honest with you, the first book I wrote, I probably gave away more copies than I sold. It was truly about connecting with people and letting people know that they're not alone. Because I spent so much time alone. And I thought, man, I never want to see people go through the things that I went through. And if they just had somebody sitting there going, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You deserve better in your life. Maybe, just maybe, you brought somebody out of that hole that I was in 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And look at me today. I mean, if it wasn't for the people that cheered me on, I might not be sitting in here with you today. And I thank each and every one of them today, because it really was every little piece that came into my life over the last 4 years that got me to this point. But it was also me opening up my heart and letting those people into my life too. Letting those people in because it was hard for me to hear people say, you're good. You're a good writer. You're what you're telling people means something. It was hard for me to open my eyes and say, hey, people really do love me. People really do like me. And because at the time I didn't feel like anybody did. So, it's been a long journey. It's been a long 4 years. And here I am with married. Now I got an 8-year-old girl and a rambunctious dog that's
trying to get your attention.
Yeah, trying to get our attention because we're on the video. But anyway, again, make sure that you follow our Keeping It Magical page on Facebook.
And subscribe to our
YouTube channel at Keeping It Magical also. And share this video and then comment on this video and tell us you have completed the 3-step process, and we will enter your name in a contest to win 1 of 3 copies of our book.
I'm sorry, I have a dog biting my tongue.
She's not biting him, she's nibbling on him and tickling her. Because she's busy talking to you. So we're going to say goodnight and Merry Christmas, from our house to yours. And we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Y'all having a great weekend.